Live from the Broward Studios in Lakeland, Florida, this is the Broward Report Podcast. We do it live on Tuesdays, and we don't care what you think about us. Bill, how are you doing?
Dude, how are you? Doing great, man. I took today off work.
Oh,
life is good.
Wow, there he is taking a day off work. Very nice, very nice. All right, we got plenty of stuff to talk about, but first, folks, don't forget the podcast is available on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, Spreaker, so check those out there. Don't forget we're on Instagram, Facebook.com, search out Broward Report Podcast, we're on Telegram, we are on Getter and True Social, so hit us up. Tell us what's on your mind. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's start with this. New York City is absolute chaos, mayhem. They are the weirdest bunch. Do they have naked guys riding in a pride parade? Was that New York? Was that them?
I think that was either New York or San Francisco. It was one of those.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like in front of children. No cares given. And it's... Well, we're going to talk more about that subject later, I'm sure.
But
it's insane.
I can't understand the concept of what's going on around here. It's like they're taking pictures of them, camera, all that stuff. They're taking pictures of these guys, and no cops arresting them. I'm like, we'll get to that later. But first,
now let me ask you this:
yes.
If there's taking pictures in the public street, and there's these naked dudes with their tallywhackers hanging out, and clearly visible within a couple feet of these guys, if there was kids there,
yes,
wouldn't that be like some sort of sexual abuse or child porn or sort of?
You would think it'll be some kind of an indecent exposure, at least
something, right.
But it's celebrated. We're celebrating our differences.
You guys are freaks and need to be, re-educated. Honestly.
Liberalism is not a good thing, folks. I hate to break it to you. It's like they say, like the conservatives are like fascist and blah blah blah. No, no, we're not. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes tonight. But first, what is New York famous for besides crime, Bill? What's their big thing?
Freaking pizza, dude. I love me a good slice of New York pie.
Yeah. So we see the rat. Remember the rat video with the rat taking down the slice of pizza down the steps to the subway? That's New York, baby. That's New York right there. Ghostbusters, crime, people getting pushed in front of subway trains. That's New York, baby. That's the New York that we have come to know and love. Not really love, but...
My 20-year-old's there right now.
Yeah. So... New York City is going to crack down on wood and coal-fired pizzerias due to carbon emission concerns. They got dudes riding around on bikes with their, junk out. But we're concerned about carbon emissions from pizzerias that use wood and coal-fire. What in the world is going on here?
Is there such a large amount of these pizza ovens that is causing a disaster effect on anything?
Apparently.
No. So they're going to come in here, they're going to totally change the way New York pizza, I know it looks like they're going to be modifying the equipment and stuff like that for emissions, but that could impact the way the pizzas are made and taste and what it makes them famous, just in the name of this stupid science god these people worship. It's a freaking climate god.
So they're talking about one owner said the process is quite pricey, which this is pricey, reportedly costing one owner $20,000 on a new air filter in anticipation of the new mandate. So here's what we need to do, folks. We need to find out who makes the air filter for this thing and who's investing in it. Oh, and then we'll find the Democrats. That's where we find them every time. At the end of the climate change rainbow, there they are, making money off of garbage.
Hey, I might do some research. That might be a good gig.
Oh, don't say it out loud because, might be Hillary Clinton at the end of that rainbow. And you know what happens to her friends? Yeah. Even her friends disappear.
Nothing good.
No, nothing good comes from Hillary Clinton. So the New York City Department of Environmental Protection.
Sorry.
Whoa. A lot of smoke.
I hear you. No, a small bomb.
Oh,
spit bomb, dude.
Okay, gotcha. So New York City has a Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, has drafted new rules that would force pizzerias with coal and wood fire pizzerias installed before 2016 to install emission control devices which reportedly cut carbon emissions by 75%. Okay, where's the carbon going, folks? I need to know. Where's the carbon going? I mean, is it...
How's it cut?
Where's it going? I mean, did you ever watch V back in the 80s?
Long. That was a good show.
Yeah, it was a great show. I loved it. The reboot was pretty good too, but let's talk about original V for a second, okay? Remember they said, hey, we need this certain chemical, blah, 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 right? It's like it was waste to us, but it wasn't to them. And all they did was they took it to the ship and blew it right back in our atmosphere. That's what's happening here.
They're like, got him.
Yeah, it's going somewhere, and it's money. That's all it is. It is a transfer of wealth beyond a tax. This is a cost of doing business, apparently, and it's completely madness. Okay, so cue up the conspiracy theory stuff tonight, because that's what we're doing here on the Broward Report. We got some breaking news. Here we go. U.S. to spend $42 billion to make internet access universal by 2030. Breaking news. Everybody.
It's a lot of money.
Everybody.
So it's going to be free. Subsidized internet controlled by the government. You can probably flip off and switch on, control what you watch, monitor what you watch. Yeah, sign me up. Good times. No.
Oh, no. The government will control the internet. That would never happen. Oh, a public utility would never cut off your power. Oh no, all these wonderful things. So, and I've said this for a long time. I know Lakeland tried to do this thing too, where they're trying to do Lakeland
Gigabit or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, where the government would provide the internet access. Blah blah blah. Here's what happens, folks. If you've seen 1984, this is where we're going to. Not 1984 back when Reagan was president. The 1984 of George Orwell. If they control the internet, they can turn it off at any time. They can spy on you anytime because they're giving the access to you. They control it. Anybody that controls something has access to it. Like Apple has access to all your data. If you have a Android phone, they have all the access to your data. Can you imagine the government? They already have enough access to enough stuff. They're going to have access to the entire internet,
everything.
Email, everything. Everything. And they're not going to use it for good, folks. They're going to attack political enemies. That's the key.
They're going to paint a rosy picture. It's going to be great. All these people are going to be like, oh, yeah. And then they don't realize how intrusive this is going to be.
Yeah, and they're going to shut down people like us.
People are stupid.
Yeah, they're going to shut down people like us that are on the internet trying to spread the truth, and they're going to say, oh, that's hate speech or something crazy. And they're going to regulate it and say, you can't do this stuff on the internet. But if you want to go around on bikes in the middle of a pride parade naked as a dude, you can do that and pose for pictures. That's fine.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. Or you can have a sexual book in a library talking about, sex and how to do stuff, for elementary kids. I mean, that's perfectly fine too, apparently, to these left-wing lunatics. They are nuts. This is nuts. I mean,
they're just degenerates.
They're
degenerates.
It is. So they're talking about the funding under the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Program. If you see anything with equity in it,
it's not good.
It is doomed.
It's never good.
It's doomed.
It's not at all. It's a complete opposite of what they're trying to say.
Yes. So it was authorized by the $1 trillion 2021 infrastructure law Biden championed. The spending will be based on a newly released Federal Communications Commission coverage map that details gaps in access. Texas and California, the two most populous U.S. states, top the funding with 3.1 and 1.9 billion. But other less populous states like Virginia, Alabama, Louisiana cracked the top 10 list for funding due to lack of broadband access. These states have large rural areas with less internet connectivity than their major cities. They want, and I'm telling you this right now, Bill, why do they want to connect with rural communities? Why? Let
me ask you this. Yeah. I don't know if this is, are they just putting this funding to supply the lines? That's the way it's reading. It's just providing the access. It doesn't say they're going to give it free.
No. It's probably going to be based on your income or some weird, structural thing that no one understands, like the tax code. They're going to do something like that. But if they lay the line, they own the line, they can wiretap the line. And you know why they want to take these lines to rural areas? Those are the people they don't like. Conservatives. Yes. Yeah, they want to spy on them. That's what they want.
Normal people, the regular people.
It is amazing that people don't understand. I mean, I think the only person maybe gets this is Alex Jones. Okay, maybe he's the only one that gets it. I don't know. I mean, he's Mr. Conspiracy Theory. But, I mean...
Oh, yeah, he is.
But we talk about...
I mean, one of the stuff is bat nuts.
Yes. But he gets
some of the stuff is like pretty... Some of the stuff is pretty close.
But we're generally right.
For sure.
Yeah. But aren't we right most of the time, Bill? We've called all this stuff.
Yeah. From years ago.
Yeah. And all we do is get banned, shadow banned, because we talk actual things that are going to happen. It's like, hello. I mean, it's the end times, folks. I mean, it's hard not to call the stuff anymore. It's happening every day. So we got all these states, and they're going to literally just take all this information and steal it, and they're going to get dossiers on every American. Well, they pretty much already have that, probably, in folders for every American citizen, because they're not protecting us from enemies on the outside. They're trying to make us enemies on the inside. Yep. Wake up, folks.
They're dividing. They're doing a great job.
Oh, yeah, excellent. Excellent. I mean, George Soros is definitely proud of what they're doing right now. Obama's proud. All the lefties are very proud of what's going on right now. Because they're talking about equity. We have to make sure everything's equity. Not equal access. Equity. If you hear equity, folks, run for the hills. Because that thing is...
communism. Marxism stuff.
Yep. It has nothing good to do with anything. Man, this show's flying by so far. We're going to hit all the topics in record time tonight. Oh. All right.
Which is, that's fine.
That's fine.
We've done that before.
Hey.
Doesn't have to be super long.
That's what the women
except like. Except when you're in bed.
Fast and efficient, baby. That's what we do here on the show.
It depends.
Yeah.
In some things, you want to be fast and efficient.
Oh, by the way.
Sound like Horse Jack from Welcome Back Home.
I heard something today on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, on the interwebs? What?
Yes. It's your birthday today, Bill.
It is.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah. My birthday is also my 31st wedding anniversary.
Oh, my goodness. 31 years of wedding bliss.
And I'm sitting in this small little space talking to you and all these fine folks.
Wow. You went on the show tonight on your wedding anniversary and your birthday. Wow.
My birthday, yeah. It's crazy. It's all good.
Here we go. Round of applause for Bill. Round of applause for Bill tonight, folks, in the Valley Report. Thank you. Thank you. See, I remembered your birthday, okay? Because I'm a good guy. And also, you posted it
because the Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook reminded you. Yes.
I mean, that's the only thing Facebook is good for. It's a calendar, folks. It's a calendar.
I'm a dude. I don't remember anybody's birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I have no clue.
And here's the biggest dude move ever. You got married on your birthday, Bill. Okay? That's the biggest dude move ever. Okay? Congratulations. Mm-hmm. You did it right. You did it right. Okay, before we get to the next topic, I got a joke for you. Ready for a joke? I'm ready for a joke.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Okay, so what is the only day of the year that you cannot say you had a birthday last year?
Leap year? February 28th?
Well, kind of.
Oh,
January 1st. What? January 1st. You can't say, on my birthday last year. Because you can't, because it's January 1st. My birthday was last year. No. You know, it's January 1st.
Thanks,
So,
man.
yeah, it's not really a joke. It's just a fun fact. Man, I did terrible. Oh, my God. Give me a laugh, folks.
No, whatever, man. I was trying to figure out where I was going to school.
I
School,
know.
whatever.
It was terrible. Yeah.
So,
God, man. I'm trying to be funny. It's not working out too well. All right.
dude, this next story. Can I do this one? This
Yeah,
one pissed me off.
go for this one because this is not fun.
When I first saw this video, I was like, no, they're not going to be there. Yeah, they did it. They did it. So the LGBTQ activist chants, "We're coming for your children" at NYC Drag March. So on Friday, the activists proudly screamed, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children" in New York City's annual Drag Queen Parade in Manhattan. Hundreds of drag queens and other pro-LGBTQ attendees marched to New York City's Tompkins Square Park. The march started off the New York City's Pride Weekend, which commemorates the anniversary of 1969 Stonewall riots, a watershed moment in the history of LGBT rights in the United States. The drag movement on Friday passed through New York City's East Village and concluded at the Stonewall Inn. So these people were screaming to everybody that they're coming for the kids. They just stay away from the kids. I don't care what you do, stay away from the kids. And they're like, no, you're being transphobic, and they're screaming, whatever. You're hateful and white supremacist, all that other nonsense. And here they are, a whole crowd of them chanting, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." Fun.
Okay, I'm going to say this. There are gays out there that hate this movement that's going on, okay? They want to be
I know a lot too.
And they just want to be left alone. They didn't want this. The pedophiles have hijacked the LGBTQ movement, okay, folks? I'm telling you right now, the pedophiles, the quote-unquote minor attracted persons, they have taken over that movement. They are after your kids, and they are clearly saying it now. I mean, they're freely admitting it. In parades, in front of kids. They're coming for your kids. This is not a joke anymore.
You hurt a child. You sexually abuse a child. With this, you should be executed.
Yes.
Quick.
Yes.
It's a perversion.
Or give them those puberty blockers that they're giving teenagers now. I mean, don't they?
Yeah, just cut off their balls. That's fine.
Yeah.
Chemical
castration or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, they could have a little spout they can surgically put in and just piss out of that.
And I'm going to say this, okay? And some people would maybe say, "Oh, Matt, you're just a prude or whatever." We have had sex in this country and the world right now is easy to find and get nowadays. The easiest ever because of the internet. You got the Tinders of the world and plenty of fish and whatever. Even with all that access to easy sex, you got pedophiles running around in public saying they're coming for your kids. There's plenty of adults out there that will do whatever, but they want your kids. That's a sick thing, folks.
Yeah, it's not a minor attracted person. It's not a condition.
It's not a condition or whatever name you call it. Whatever cinnamon. Oh, I said cinnamon. Oh my God, cinnamon. Oh Jesus.
It's that, dude. We understand. Words are hard sometimes, man.
Oh man, it's it's late in the day, man. It's been a long day, bro. All right, so we've got these people running around, And here's the thing: there's people that do drag. I know who they are, and they're not like this. Okay, they're not.
No, not at all.
They're not.
I know two persons.
And I'm not trying.
They're normal people.
Yeah, I'm not trying to condemn people for being an adult and having a choice. God gave us free will, okay? But God also is like, put a millstone around your neck and put you out to sea. I mean, there is that God as well. Or Jesus flipping tables. I mean, it can happen, okay? And there will be a judgment for these people, but there also will be some earthly judgment. We have Democrats that are defending this absurd behavior out there, where they are literally saying they're coming for your kids. That's not just a threat, folks. It's happening.
They're saying it.
Why would
we're not making this stuff up.
I know. Why would a grown man dressed up as a woman, okay, want to read stories at a library? That's not normal, folks. That is not a part of the plan. That is not something that you should bring your children to. We used to have young ladies reading books to children in libraries. Now we've got old men dressed as women reading books, or doing splits, or having drag queen story time at a strip club like they did in Broward County with those kids. This is insanity. And if a conservative did anything like that, they throw them in jail.
Yeah, and they're calling us fascists for not wanting that to happen in front of our kids. It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just stay away from our kids. You can do whatever you want to yourselves. I don't care.
I don't need to see some dude's ball sack between when he does it, lifts his legs in a dress. I don't need to see it. My kids don't need to see it. Okay.
Little clackers.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to see that. And if you have this fascination with being in front of children and sexualizing yourself, it's dressing up as a woman and stuff, that's not right, folks. You don't do that in front of kids. That should be off limits. And anybody that's defending it, there's something wrong with them too. Now, if you want to go to like Rocky Horror Picture Show and dress up around adults,
I love.
That's a costume party. That's a costume party. I mean, to each his own.
Have you ever been?
I have not. I know a lot of people that have gone to it. I know a lot of people.
This year we should go.
No, I'll pass.
It's very entertaining.
I'm sure. I know people that have been there. I've seen some pictures, man. It's very entertaining. It's great time for all, except for kids. Kids aren't allowed there for a reason. They're not allowed there for a reason because it's an adult thing. You don't let teenagers in. 17, 16, 15-year-olds in a 18 or 21 plus club, because things happen there that kids should not be involved in, and you shouldn't be putting 5-year-olds in front of a drag queen at a public library. It's just there's certain things that as a parent, as a rational adult, just say no. Just say no. But I'm not a fascist. I'm just want to protect the kids.
That's it.
Kids should be off limits, folks. Leave the kids alone. The kids have enough stuff to worry about than hairy dude that wants to dress like a woman read them books. It's just, oh God. I'm not a fascist. I'm a parent. Apparently being a parent now is a fascism thing. Oh, all right. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy. Non-binary suspect pleads guilty in Colorado Springs Club Q mass shooting. A suspect from a mass shooting that occurred in 2022 at a LGBTQ bar, Club Q, in Colorado Springs, pleaded guilty Monday. Anderson Lee Aldrich, who reportedly identifies as non-binary, was accused of fatally shooting 5 people and wounding 17 at a nightclub on November 19, 2022. Aldrich accepted a plea deal that sentenced him to life in prison without possibility of parole in exchange for pleading guilty to 5 counts of first-degree murder. He also pleaded guilty to 46 counts of attempted first-degree murder. The suspect pleaded no contest to a Class 5 felony, bias-motivated crime, and Class 1 misdemeanor bias-motivated crime with associated sentences, according to Judge Michael McHenry. I did not know this, Bill, but apparently they won't call it a hate crime, but it's a felony bias-motivated crime.
Oh.
Is it because non-binary is included in the alphabet flag?
Maybe.
It's not technically a hate crime.
But if it's still bias motivated, then there is some sort of hate involved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
You're
actually,
nailing
so
it.
if you're biased enough against something that you're going to resort to murder, you hate something. That's just not just bias. That's. I mean, just to get to a point where you actually make that conscious decision to do something that horrific.
So
you're something's gone on, or you have such rage and hatred toward that person or individual group that's making you do that. So to me, that's a hate crime.
Okay. So Colorado has called this a Class 5 felony bias motivated crime and a Class 1 misdemeanor biased motivated crime. They won't call it a hate crime. They won't call it a hate crime, but it's a biased crime. See how they use language, Bill? They're changing language again. You know, if it's a hate crime, it's a hate crime, it's a hate crime, it's a hate crime. They call, like, you know, defending yourself, you know, at a rally a hate crime. When you use words, a hate crime, right? They call words hate crimes. But
I'm looking at Boulder's revised code about what a biased crime is. And if it is adding clarifying language and authorize an enhanced sentence, even if the offender had mixed motives when the crime was committed, and cross-referencing the definitions of gender, gender identity, and gender expression with Boulder's human rights ordinance.
So they have an ordinance.
So
this is an ordinance.
Yeah, it's at least partially motivated by bias against a protected class. And it could be reasons for action perceived, race, color, religious, disability, sex, sexual orientation, blah, blah, blah.
Isn't the non-binary shooter a protected class too? The non-binary person, they're technically a protected class because of gender, right? No gender discrimination, right? So, a protected class person gets guns, shoots up other protected class people, not a hate crime.
Right.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're getting this right for everybody.
A white dude walks in, hate crime.
Oh, yeah, hate crime.
Any other minority, no hate crime. It's just crime.
Male identifies with penis, hate crime. Is that right? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Non-binary shoots up LGBTQ club, not hate crime.
The bias motivated crime.
Bias motivated. Bias. Had a bias against something.
Or
we don't know. We don't know the biases. Bill, we live in a time that words are so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody thinks they're an English professor.
I'm glad I don't live there. Can you imagine living in a miserable place like that? You're afraid to say anything?
Oh, you mean any Democratic city?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, my God. This is so great. I mean, it would be awful.
It's like San Francisco, you know. Plenty of
we would feel, I would feel safe doing the show. You know what I mean? There'd be like that kind of microscope on me.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe in Portland or L.A. or any of these Democrat-ran cities. I mean, you know, they're all about peace, love, and heroin and meth on the streets, you know?
Fun with fentanyl.
And I'll say this before we get to the next topic. I was a guy, you know, I don't want people to use drugs, okay? But I was kind of like the guy saying, hey, let's, you know, kind of make it legal or whatever. Let's stop the war on drugs. It's not working. We're not dedicated to it. Blah, 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 blah. Right? I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I was wrong. I was wrong. Look at Portland. Look at San Francisco. It's chaos.
Yeah, you're talking about like the hard illicit drugs, giving needles out and all that stuff.
Yes, I apologize. I apologize. I was wrong. We should go full-fledged. Go after it now. Because it's it's destroying America. I mean, we got a fentanyl crisis. We have crack crisis, meth crisis, heroin crisis. The only thing that's really worked is weed. I mean, that's the only thing really, because it's not making people.
It's actually it's beneficial
because people eat.
A lot of people.
I mean, they eat. They're going to grocery stores.
Yeah,
they're in Taco Bell. It's, you know,
put some people in business. Yeah, but you don't see people like on weed going. Not only going to shoot up 1,000 people, you see them sitting there like eating, chilling, and just relaxing.
It's more people unfortunately, that are not getting mental counseling, health counseling, and getting hyped up on these different drugs, these pharmaceuticals, man. And then they're playing these weird video games, and there's so many different things. And you'll never hear the truth from the government of what they really know. But since the late 90s, primarily when Columbine happened, that was the invention of these
big antidepressants.
Yeah, it's like all these different things come together, and it's unfortunate. I mean, we're living in a psyop. It's a psyop every week.
Every day, every minute.
Speaking of psyop, the submarine memes. That's a psyop.
Dude, I love the dude from Saturday Night Live, the dancing guy.
Oh my God!
Was it
Bill Hader? It's a Bill Hader.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. Oh my God! Those ones that they make. Oh, they're great. You're talking about PSYOP too. You look at the Wagner group in Russia. That was all big PSYOP to move the troops up into Belarus, which just pissed the NATO off. Poland saying we're going to have to do something. I saw a report today that there's a Wagner group in Africa that the U.S. has said is going to take care of. So we're going to start attacking them down there and stuff. Well, dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Something weird stuff.
Putin's playing chess, man, and Biden's playing checkers.
He's master at it.
Yeah. It's crazy, but everything's a psyop. I think it's a song, Everything's a Psyop. It is. Everything's a psyop now. Every trend in that other song. What's that song that's been playing on Instagram and TikTok? There's this new song that's been playing. I forget what the name is. Oh God.
What's the memes behind?
It's not the Bill. Is it the Bill Hader one with the song behind it?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I love those. Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, but it's like that song is like viral now. It's not because it's popular. It was just played so many damn times through your reels or whatever. Now it's in there. I want to know what's in the song that is captivating the world, because like I
think it's that in conjunction with that video of him dancing, the way he like moves his shoulders and rolls his eye. It matches perfectly.
Yes,
it's fun.
I think that's programming. It's programming.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. Those memes are great.
Yeah,
I'll sit there on the rabbit hole and just watch it.
But think about this, Bill. The weak-minded people out there. There's a lot of weak-minded people out there.
Oh, they believe everything. Yeah. They'll
believe anything. And I've seen so many news articles. Like I commented on an article about, I guess, the Wagner Group or whatever. And I think it was on ABC 7 out of Chicago. I commented on it. And I was like, why would we believe the United States government, saying, that was a coup attempt or whatever? I mean, why believe anything? Have they? Did we not see what happened in COVID? It was all lies the entire time. It was all a lie. It was a psyop.
The 2016 election, the Russian hoax, all that. It's all one big lie. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. The video of Biden today. I saw it today with Biden saying, "I sold state secrets."
Yep.
He said some conference thing. But that's okay.
He can openly admit it, and no one cares. No one cares. It's like they're all in on it. They have such a strong political agenda to destroy this country. They can do anything they want, and no one cares. No one cares.
Yep.
Oh, everything's a psyop.
I hate being. Honestly, I sometimes I think I was telling my wife, this weekend, driving somewhere, and I said, I would love for just a day to feel like, with most people feel like they don't know anything going on. How peaceful would that be? Because being like red pill and like knowing what's going on and seeing through all the bull crap, it's stressful all the time because you're seeing the stuff just fall in its place. It's crazy.
And just imagine the people. I mean, we're awake. I mean, we see this stuff. Imagine the people that really can't handle it, Bill. Imagine
they're gonna lose their minds. It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
they haven't seen anything yet. And here's another.
horrible.
Did you hear about this conspiracy that's out there? That when the rapture happens, the governments are prepared to say aliens took all the Christians.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, they're already preparing a cover story. They know. They know that the end times are coming. They're preparing to, affect the sheep with a conspiracy saying aliens took the Christians. It was an alien abduction. What in the world, man? I mean, this is nuts. I got a dog trying to get in here. This is great. I love doing radio live. It's great. I'm sorry.
All good. All good, man.
Yeah, that's what happens. We have doodles. They go crazy. All right. So let's talk about Disney, okay? Oh, my God. The magical world of Disney. Oh, we're going to make these movies about woke stuff, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to change characters, genders. We're going to change their nationalities. We're going to change the backdrop. We're going to change rides that might be offensive to somebody. We're going to do all the fun stuff, okay? We're going to change
such a miserable existence.
the wonderful, miserable world of Disney, folks. That should be the new catchphrase. The wonderful, miserable world of Disney. So Disney, box office losses, guess how much they've totaled to so far, Bill?
A buck ton.
It's closing on $1 billion in losses. So they had a box office analyst. I want this job, okay? Pay me, I'll do it. Valiant Renegade. Valiant Renegade. This guy's name is Valiant Renegade. Wow.
He's an X7. He's an X7 porn star, guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on.
Guaranteed.
It's like Dirk Diggler and Valiant Renegade, everybody. or he's a wrestler.
He lasso.
I mean, he could be a wrestler.
That big,
it's like, coming out now.
that big lasso thing with his
whoa.
Smacks somebody across the face. I don't know, dude. It just makes sense with his
body. I know. It makes sense. It does. All right, so Valiant Renegade said that the Walt Disney Company lost around $900 million on its previous 8 studio titles. Despite the significant film releases with hefty marketing budgets, Disney still suffered massively. The following films suffered significant financial losses during the release: Lightyear, Woke, Thor and Love and Thunder, Woke, Strange World, Woke, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That was actually good. Okay, that wasn't woke.
I haven't seen it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. That was a woke. I thought that was really good. I watched that one. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, did not see it. The Little Mermaid, woke. Elemental, woke. I mean, here's the thing. You can have great movies, but if you keep on throwing about these woke ones, no one's going to want to see the good stuff.
No, it's stupid.
It's like,
they're shooting themselves in the foot. It's crazy.
Remember that movie Red that came out on Disney Plus? It's about a girl that was having her period and having having PMS. I'm like, what in that? Why? Why are we doing this, folks? That's not fun. That's not cute. That's disgusting. No one wants to watch that garbage. Then it went straight to Disney Plus and it bombed. No one wanted to see it. The girl was like a complete, basket case. I'm not saying teenage girls aren't complete basket cases, but we don't need to see it on a cartoon for kids.
No, they keep on showing all this stuff, and it's after they've seen what happened to Bud Light, Target, and things like that, you would think.
Or Bud Light. Stop. Yeah, Bud Light. Do you see Bud Light had a transgender pride parade float? They still haven't learned their lesson, man. They still haven't learned their lesson. Stop.
Just stupid.
Get some help. Stop it. No one.
Just stupid.
It's like, here's the thing. Stop getting, they say businesses shouldn't be involved in politics because it will alienate your customers. don't get involved in gender politics either. Because all it's going to do is really piss off the people that actually have money. Because guess what? A lot of conservatives have a lot of money. And guess what happened to Bud Light? They're having to sell their beer. They have to buy their beer back from a lot of places. Because no one's buying it. It's stacked up.
It's crazy.
And now people are buying Miller more. And Miller actually gets more than the Democrats. But that's the thing. You know, Miller's not going around with pride floats and hiring guys that think they're chicks, you know, to represent them, you know, to change the way that the beer company is viewed as.
Why? Why would you do that?
You're doing just fine.
If it's broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
And I've talked to young 20-somethings, okay? I've talked to a few of them because I work with some. And they're in college, and they're like, this woke stuff's garbage. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's like there is some hope. There is some hope for this country. Because even the young college students are like, what is this crap? What is this? They even know that they're like, this is stupid. It's like you got a few people screaming about stuff, and all of a sudden they speak for everybody. No, it doesn't work that way. Stop dressing up as cats and using litter boxes and eating Meow Mix at the table, okay? Stop it. Get some help, okay? You know what? Jesus is looking down right now, and Jesus is he's at the right-hand side of God, okay? And he's looking at God and saying, listen, when can I go back down there and get this fixed? You know, when is it my time to start putting some... Because when he's coming back, folks, it's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be like tail-kicking time. Because done.
So start ranting.
You know, God is a fair God could have just wiped us out by now. Because look at us. We're not that good.
I'm thinking it has to be close. I mean, if you look at the way the world is just currency-wise, you got that BRICS group formed.
Yeah.
That's decoupling from the dollar. They make such their own thing. You got the euro and you got the dollar. That's the three currencies. Then what happens to those?
Well, how about four? Let's just do four. Let's have the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You know, might as well. Make four currencies and just make that the four horsemen. Oh, speaking of four horsemen, did you watch the M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Which one?
Oh,
with the cabin.
Yes. The cabin.
The cabin, yes. That was pretty cool.
Wow, man. That was some crazy
Knock
stuff,
at the cabin
bro.
Door? Knock at the cabin door. That was wild.
Dude. And like, Batista did a good job, too. I mean, he did a really good job acting in that movie. I gotta admit, he did really good. But that movie was like, oh my God, it's crazy, man. So if you ever watch The Cabin, it's good.
It's Knock at the Cabin Door.
No. But
Knock at the Cabin Door. Because The Cabin, I'm sure, is a movie. But Knock at the Cabin Door. Good movie.
Yeah, good movie. Okay, so it's time. You know what time it is, folks. It is that time where we do I guess you could say, what do you call it?
Bible verse of the day.
Bible verse of the day. Bible verse of the day. With thunder and lightning coming down from the heavens. It is the Bible verse of the day. Wow. You can't hear the music, Bill. The music's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome tonight. The sound effects are in full effect.
I'll go back and listen.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. You should listen to the podcast, folks. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. All right. So we're going to Joshua tonight. Joshua 24:15. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we serve the Lord. That's powerful stuff, folks.
Makes a definitive statement.
And going back to this, and I brought this up in some Bible studies before. You know how they were worshiping the golden cow and all these different things? Those were demons. Those were literal demons that they were worshiping. And I wholeheartedly believe that they were demons. They were not gods. They were demons. And it's like, man, we got people doing that right now today. Worshiping the devil, demons, all these things. Just got to pray for them, man. You know?
Every day. Every day.
Every day, brother. All right, folks. I want to say thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. We try to bring you the latest news and views that you can use with good commentary and common sense and educating you on what's going on in the world. The world's a crazy place, but we have a great place where we discuss it here on the program on Tuesday nights. Don't forget iHeartRadio. You can get us. You can get us on Google Chrome. Google Podcast, Spreaker, and iTunes, iHeartRadio. All those great places. And don't forget, we post the links to the shows on Instagram, Facebook, Getter, True Social, all those places. So make sure to check us out there. Bill, thanks for being with me tonight on the show, man. It's been a blast, brother. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, dude. Always fun.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for listening tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit us up on the podcast this week. Tell your friends and family about the show. We would love to hear from them. And if you have any guest ideas or, someone that has some ideas about politics, shoot us over an email, brownreport@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening to the show tonight. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.